Welcome to the most famous card store retailer in all of Japan, where you can find the most mintiest Pokemon cards for the cheapest prices possible. I will show you what no one else will, from revealing the secrets behind Japan's so-called damaged cards, to grading those in Ace and PSA 10s. Come with me to all the C-Labos across Japan to find the best Pokemon cards money can buy.
We are back in Japan with a new 12-part series of some of the best content you'll see when it comes to Pokemon card shopping in Japan. This card's good. Yeah, very good. Very cheap. Featuring the main trio and a very special guest. I'm going to reveal the secrets, the stuff you're never shown,
and the truth behind Japan's $100 billion empire of Pokemon.
Episodes will drop every week, so stay tuned and make sure you subscribe. C, B, A, and A. No. And S.
In January of 2022, C-Labo reported sales of 5.2 billion yen. However, the company and its former director Nishihira faced legal trouble for allegedly hiding 153 million yen in income and evading 45 million yen in taxes from 2018 to 2021. Nishihira reportedly faked invoices for rare Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, diverting company funds to an acquaintance who then funneled most of it back to him. He allegedly spent the money on personal expenses, women, entertainment, and fine wine. C-Labo dismissed Nishihira, filed a criminal complaint against him, and paid its overdue taxes. An internal probe found that he had 250 million yen in personal assets. On the 15th of November 2023, Japanese police arrested a 48-year-old. Since then, there have been a ton of C-Labo stores still running to this day all across Japan. We'll start off by taking a look at the three main C-Labo stores in Osaka. They are all located right next to each other on the same strip. But there's one that stands out to me the most, and that is the biggest one out of the three. Located inside this massive mall, up the escalators and on the top floor. As soon as you walk in, you are greeted with an open space where there are thousands of visible cards all around you. They have cabinets filled with every single Pokemon card you could think of, from old back vintage holos to expensive Japanese gold stars and even Poncho Pikachus. Just like many other card stores in Japan, they organize their singles according to type, era and color, making it very easy to spot exactly what type of card you're looking for.
So my friend over here, Amir Collects, you can check him out on YouTube, is currently showcasing a ton of singles. He's picked up around 100 to 200 singles. Anytime you showcase the cards, they'll pick out the cards that you want and they'll take them to the front where you can condition check each of the cards that you have picked out. It is very time consuming as you have to pick up one card one by one, but that's the aim of the game. As you can see, the remaining pieces are the cards that are left over. The blank ones are the cards that Amir has now taken, and he's looking at hundreds of them. As you can see there, I'm going to ask someone to come and showcase some of these cards for me. Hopefully they are in decent condition, but I'll see what I could do.
Now, why are C-Labo so special? Well, it's because of the yellow sticker cards. You see, these cards are usually damaged or have a defect which prevents it from being classified as a mint copy. But the truth is, sometimes the cards have the tiniest minor flaw about them, in which the Japanese consider the card to be damaged. This could be the centering, a speck of dust, or even a tiny whitening mark somewhere on the card. Or even sometimes mint copy cards are just thrown in with the rest of the pile by accident. Hence why it's always good to just check as many cards as you can when you're in the store, in case you do manage to find a mint copy card for a very cheap price. And how do I know that these cards are actually mint? Well, because I've graded 10s with these yellow sticker cards. Take a look.
The one in Nagoya was one of the best C-Labos I've also been to. I ended up copying a lot of cards, and a lot of yellow sticker cards ended up grading 10s, such as these. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I couldn't believe it at the price I copped them at. I think I copped this Salamence for around 4,000 yen, 4,000 to 7,000 yen, and I ended up grading it a 10. I'm ready to cash out. Probably less than 200 quid. And they spent like basically 2k, 3k. I'm about to spend 200 quid off the cards. Nice though, by the way. Got the Swampert Sceptile already still. Now I've actually got 2 or 3 more of these sitting in my luggage right now. And I thought, you know what, let me cop another one because I want to send a bunch to PSA.
Okay, wait, look at this. I ended up actually grading 2 of the Garchamps. I thought I copped 3, but I copped 2. I graded both of those Garchamps I copped in my first time in Japan, and they both got PSA 10s. One of them was from C-Labo, the one I showed you, and I think the other one was from another shop, but I can't remember where. But yeah, they both ended up getting 10s, even the one from C-Labo. So goes to show, you could get damaged yellow sticker cards as PSA 10s. And try to get like a perfect 10. Has a very good chance. The only problem with this one, I think at the bottom, it's got a tiny whitening mark. You see that? But it's so minuscule. I don't even think you guys can see that. It is so minuscule. And then you got a Salamence over here, which I think I'm gonna grade myself. I sent one of these recently to PSA, which I copped in the UK for like 70 or 80 pounds, which I don't know why I did that, but I did. And this one has a very good chance at PSA 10, and I copped it for 3,800, which is like less than 20 pounds.
I also copped this Reggie still, which ended up getting a 10. Incredible.
I copped this Reggie still because Viv's been gassing Reggie still lately, so I was like, you know what, hey, let me cop one of his favorite Pokemon. I think he copped this card not too long ago as well, in Japanese. I know I sold him an English one recently, but I think he's got a Japanese version as well. But the C-Labo Nagoya this time round was a lot worse. I'm not joking when I say I could barely find anything in that shop. But before we move on to the C-Labo Nagoya, let's finish off taking a look at what I ended up buying in Osaka's biggest C-Labo.
Hello. Showcase EX.
Okay.
Can I take a look at these two? I'm basically going to take the remaining pieces of the EXs that I left over from Amir's showcasing. Can I get some Sceptile, please? Meganium, Crobat. Can I take a look at Milotic and Suicune, please? I'll take all these three Kyogre. And for Alligator, Raichu, Jirachi, Lucario, Aggron, Registeel, Medicham. Take a look at Absol, Flygon, Blissey, Mightyena, yeah, Sharpedo. Thank you. Ninetales as well, and Typhlosion. Arigato. This Typhlosion right here, 2,500 yen. And as you can see from the back of it, it is really badly damaged. So you put it down and say cancel, cancel. This one. This is the fat stack that I'm looking at right now. The Sharpedo is not too bad. Light play to excellent, maybe near mint condition for only 3,500 yen. And then I also ended up picking another Sharpedo, but this one is only 4,000 yen, 500 yen more than the other one. And this one is in way better condition than the other one. Might even grade a PSA 10. That is the total of the two cards. I only actually ended up picking the Aggron and the other EX I'll show you in a bit, as the other cards were just not satisfactory to my liking in terms of condition, and those were the only near mints and mint cards that I picked out of the EXs. The cards that I just bought are EX era cards, and the only cards I ended up showcasing were EX era. Out of the 25 to 30 cards I took a look at, I only ended up buying 2. Both of the cards were in pretty decent shape, with each having a minor whitening flaw. During my showcase, I did spot some wicked cards, like this cabinet which was filled with Heart Gold, Soul Silver Primes and Diamond and Pearl / Platinum level X's, but I don't know why I didn't showcase any. But of course, next time I'm there, I will definitely take a look at a lot more cards. In terms of price, I'll give this C-Labo a rating of 3 out of 5, which is respectable. The prices were fair, but nothing too special, as I only ended up buying 2 cards. For variety, I will give it a 5 out of 5. They basically had any era of cards you would want, and they were very easy to find. After this C-Labo, we headed off to the one right next to it, which was a much smaller store, especially because they only had 2 rows of cabinets dedicated to Pokemon. Just like the previous card labo, their singles were also very well organised, but they had a lot less variety in stock. Although they did have one cabinet which was full of EX era cards, including the holos, which was proper sick to see. Amir picked out a ton of big EXs from that cabinet, along with some big grail cards like the Shining Charizard and the Shining Kabutops, with both of the cards being worth quite a bit of Great British pounds. I also picked up quite a few cards from the cabinets which were also in that stack, but sadly I didn't end up buying any of those cards. In terms of price, I'll give this C-Labo a rating of 2 out of 5, which is about average on what you would get in most stores. For variety, I'll give it 3 out of 5. They had a respectable amount, but compared to the previous card labo, it was nothing. And the last C-Labo in this strip was by far the worst one. If you guys have previously watched my other video last week, you would know that I showcased around 50 cards and I didn't buy a single one. So I just condition checked everything and I ended up picking out like 100 cards, and unfortunately this girl right here, I feel so bad. I thought I'm gonna blur her face. I literally picked out so many cards. Look at this.
You're not blurring anyone's face. I've seen the videos.
All the empty spaces the cards I took out, especially from this cabinet, and none of them, bro, none of them were worth like buying.
Yeah.
Especially at the prices that they had them, because too much whitening, too much damage on the cards. I feel bad, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. I feel bad because, yeah, she just wasted half an hour with me just looking through the conditions of cards. Thank you, arigato. Thank you, bye-bye.
In terms of price, I'll give this C-Labo a rating of 1 out of 5. You would think that they had really good prices to start off with, but the conditions of the cards were so bad that the prices didn't make any sense. You're basically paying PSA 9 prices for damaged cards, which is something I don't really want to be doing. For variety, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. They actually had so many cool cards. Not as many as the first C-Labo we visited, but enough to make you wonder about the shop for an hour or two. Now the card labo in Nagoya was just as I remembered from my last trip a few months ago. They had an awesome variety of cards, really good prices, and their layout was top notch. But I spent a lot of time searching for the best and cleanest cards possible, as it has become a lot harder to find good condition cards compared to a few months ago.
This was a previous C-Labo which I ended up printing 10s out of really cheap EXs and level X cards. Each of them I bought for around 10 to 15, max £20 each, and they end up graded 10s. But right now, from what I can see so far, the prices have risen a lot, if not even a lot, drastically actually. If I compare the prices to when I came back last time, they're almost double or even higher. I only picked out 5 cards yesterday from the shop out of like 30-40 cards, and those were like the mintiest cards out of the bunch that I picked out. But I only picked out certain cards from certain cases, so I'll probably take a look at some of the modern cards over here, especially cards like Eevee. Pretty sure that's the Silver Valley, right? Take a look at that. I'll take a look at Lugia, Sceptile, maybe the Vileplumes, really popular Pokemon. Umbreon's really expensive actually. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Salamis I'll take a look at. There's Rayquaza there. The cards that I haven't checked out were from these cases over here. I haven't touched any of the E-Series stuff, or the JR Rally promos, the Pokemon Rumbles, the non-holos, even the holos at the bottom from the EX era. I haven't touched any of those, so I'm going to take a look at some of those. Maybe pick out a few primes as well. There are some Secret Rare Black and Whites, which I took a look at yesterday. I think I took a look at those two, and the Superior. I ended up copying the Superior because it's really cheap. I'll show you in one of the clips, but it was so cheap. Obviously it's damaged, but at the same time, a Secret Rare from an old Black and White set from 2011, 2012. You can't really go wrong with that, can you? The texture on Black and White SRs, especially in Japanese, nothing beats it, man.
Although this card labo had thousands of cards, I noticed a lot of high-end cards, especially from Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield, were sold out. Instead, they printed prototype cards and put text over it saying out of stock, which basically goes to show you how popular this specific card store really is. I don't usually tend to look at much modern cards when I'm shopping in Japan, but this store made me appreciate the artworks of modern cards a lot more, as I spent quite a bit of time just window shopping for some of the evolutions from Sword and Shield sets like Eevee Heroes. And even Scarlet and Violet EX cards stood out to me very prominently against its modern competitors. I also took a look at this Gengar VMAX alternate art, and although it was a good price, unfortunately it was in light play condition, so I had to leave it. There were also a ton of black and white cards, including some of my favourites like Entei and Raikou from Dark Rush, which I actually managed to pick up a mint copy of that Raikou X full art the day before this recording, so I'll show you later on the video what I managed to pick up. But this store, out of all the C-Labos in both Osaka and Nagoya, is by far my favourite one. Even though it wasn't as easy to find steals as a few months ago, I still managed to pick up a few decent cards. In terms of price, I'd give this store a 5 out of 5. It's the best of what you can find out of any C-Labo, because the deals you can find in this shop are amazing. In terms of variety, I'm not gonna lie, I believe it deserves the 5 out of 5 mark. Even though a lot of cards were sold out, they still had a ton of other incredible arts to select from. And the most important part was that they were from any era. I really enjoyed the EX selection, probably the best EX selection out of any C-Labo. Now there is one more C-Labo that I was going to show you guys, and it's based in Kyoto, where me and Amir travelled together.
There's only like 5 or 6 shops around, and they're very close together. There's a Surugaya, there's a Book Off. I don't know exactly what sort of stock they have. Hopefully it's good. And then
But I'm going to save that for another video, because I want to include that in a Kyoto experience. So stay tuned for next week to find out what me and Amir got up to in Kyoto. That sounds so weird, but anyways, one last thing. This video was made possible thanks to Ace Grading and its sponsor. If you're looking to grade your cards, Ace Grading are fast, reliable, and deliver extremely high quality slabs. And if you want to grab yourself a bargain, use my code KB at checkout when submitting your cards. Hope you guys enjoy grading your favorite cards just like I did with mine.
Alright,
I'm back in my hotel room. Apologies for the bad setup. I tried setting up as best as I could. I'm currently using a playmat I got from a Pokemon Center in Osaka. Very nice playmat, Scarlet and Violet. I really enjoyed the Scarlet and Violet game, especially the DLC. So when I saw this playmat, I just had to grab it. It has some sort of like nostalgic feel to it when I played it, and I really enjoyed the DLC. I big it up to everyone. So when I saw the playmat, I was like, yep, I really like Magmortar, I like Granbull, and I love Skarmory. And then obviously you got the 3 gym leaders on the playmat as well, Drayton, Crispin, and Lacey. So I thought it was really good design. And I thought to myself, let me just grab it for my PC. I've got enough playmats as it is, but you know, like when I see a nice playmat, I don't know what it is. It's like grabbing them, especially like if I can use them for the videos. But here are my cops from the C-Labo. This was from today, and this was from yesterday. I'll show you guys everything that I ended up copying from the one in Nagoya. It wasn't too much. I think I only got 5 cards from yesterday and only 3 cards from today, but here they are. Out of all these cards, I think I ended up showcasing around 100 cards. So I barely picked up anything. I only picked up 8 cards in both of these piles combined. This just goes to show how hard it actually is sometimes to shop for Pokemon cards, especially in times like this during the boom when everyone is coming to Japan to pick up Pokemon cards. But let's start off with the first pile that I picked up yesterday. Here you go, Superior Secret Rare from Black and White. Absolutely beautiful card. It is of course damaged, but I thought to myself, I don't think I'll ever get the chance to ever pick up a Secret Rare from Black and White for that sort of price. Even as a damaged card, I mean, you're picking up the hit of the box, the Secret Rare of the box, for that sort of price when the box goes for thousands. I thought that was an absolutely no-brainer. So, actually one of my favourite starters as well, and one of my favourite Secret Rares from the entire Black and White era, along with Emboar and Hydreigon. I actually have Emboar and Hydreigon and Superior. I have all 3 in PSA 9s back in the UK, and I'm leaving them for my personal collection for a very long time until I actually decide to sell it on. But yeah, I thought that was a really good cop. Also copped a PSA 10 recently in Tokyo of that Superior, and so I thought I'd just pick up a raw copy as well. Next card is a Raikou EX Full Art from Dark Rush, the Japanese alternative to Dark Explorers in English. This card was absolutely minty, although as I said, it is yellow sticker. You can find really minty yellow sticker cards if you look carefully, and this was no exception. This card is absolutely flawless. I'm very picky when it comes to singles, and I took a look at this card for around 10-15 minutes. I kid you not, off camera. I'm not even joking. I genuinely wanted to make sure this card was clean, so I could provide you guys with the best and cleanest cards possible for the most affordable prices. Buying mint cards like this, in my opinion, for this sort of price point, allows me to sell it to you guys for cheaper prices. Say for example, if I bought a white sticker copy of this card for 20,000 yen, which is around £100, Great British pounds, I would then need to sort of just about break even selling the card, as I would probably end up selling it for around 110 or 120, and then obviously you get the fees and you get people asking for discounts, and at that point there's not really point of me trying to sell the card. I might as well grade it myself and then sell it after grading. But obviously because I could pick up copies like this for quite a cheap price, I could then make a decent margin on it after I sell it to you guys as well. So if you guys are interested in some of these cards, you can check out my eBay down below in the description. You could go on my Whatnot. Go follow me on Whatnot. I will be auctioning a lot of these cards as well, and I'll be running a lot of these cards on auction at £1. So go check out my Whatnot. A lot of them will also be in the buy now section on Whatnot on my streams, so definitely go check me out there. You got Blaziken Level X, beautiful card, illustrated by Ueda, my favorite artist in the Pokemon TCG. I thoroughly checked it through, and for 7,800 yen, I thought that was an absolute steal. Beautiful card, one of my favorite level X's. Second last card, we have a Raichu EX. Oh my gosh, guys, this card is very expensive in mint condition. I say very expensive. I think it's nearly triple the price in mint condition. And this yellow sticker card is in mint condition. I managed to find this in mint condition as a yellow sticker card for 5,800 yen, which I thought was a really good price, and I'm very happy to have this in my possession. I wasn't able to pick up a Raichu EX last time when I came to Japan, and I really wanted to hunt this card down, but I was never able to find it, and I was able to find it this time for 5,800, which I thought was really good, especially when there was the same Raichu for even higher price point, and I just picked out the cheaper one, and the cheaper one actually ended up being more cleaner than the other one. There we go, beautiful card. And the last card in this list is a Politoed EX, 3,800 yen. And I don't know why it was this cheap, because it's an unlimited copy and it's pretty much in mint condition. I think there was one tiny flaw with this card. From what I can see right now, there's pretty much no flaw. Maybe during a moment I recognize a little flaw somewhere, but right now I can't see anything. It is absolutely beautiful, absolutely clean, no scratches on the hollow. Very, very nice pickup. I really, really like this card. I used to have this card in a PSA 9, ended up selling it, but one day I'll grab myself a PSA 10, either in Japanese or English. The next pile of cards, I'm just going to quickly show you like this, guys, are these three. Nothing too special. Are these three yellow sticker cards. One Espeon from the Versus series. In mint condition, that Espeon, I thought that was a pretty good price actually, 4,800. I don't know what the PSA 10 goes for, but I don't know, there was something about it. I was like, you know what, let me just pick it up. It's around what, 23, 20, 24, 25 pound. So in mint condition, not too bad. I thought I'd pick it up. You've got a Vileplume and Silvally GX. Now, Sun and Moon is on a massive hype right now. When I was showcasing, I thought to myself, let me pick out some GXs, especially Pokemon and their trainers, because the new Pokemon set is coming out. It's called Battle Partners, I'm pretty sure, and it features Pokemon and their trainers. And with the new set coming out, I thought I'd just go back a bit to the Sun and Moon era and grab some Pokemon cards with their respective trainers and Pokemon. And these two are some of my favourite cards from Cosmic Eclipse, but the alternate to Dream League. Cameras and photos won't do it justice. You gotta see it in real life for yourself, but yeah, it's like a rainbow effect on this card. It's so flipping nice, man. So flipping nice. Only 8 cards, but still, nonetheless, choppy chop chop. I thought they were pretty good cops, in my opinion, especially this one. You know, buying that for less than £50 in mint condition. And that Politoed, and the Raichu. Pretty much everything was really good. There you go. Beautiful cards for very cheap prices. Able to pick out all these cards from C-Labo. Wicked, wicked, wicked stack. Beautiful cops. Look at my cops. Beautiful.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, let me buy one. Let me buy. Let me buy. Allow it. Let me buy something.
Buy all.
All or buy it.
Shall we do the shmoney dance?
Go on.
No,
I'm gonna press it.
Go on, please.
Let's do the I want to buy Pokemon cards dance. Go on, do the little joke of Pokemon cards. So how do you do it? Show me.
Oh, what the fuck?
Buy all.
Buy all.
Hi, my name is KB. This one, hi, can I buy? Oh, buy.
Too much. Cancel. My budget, 1 year.
1 year. Where is my bouncy ball? Oh no.
The comment section's gonna kill us.
I get some new friends, KB.